Okay.
I've been all in my phone, I got options. And I don't
Is it
wanna tell you to
lagging?
drop it. But I don't wanna play your fair. Yeah, something that makes me look at you too often. Oh, baby, you can give it something. Baby, I can run all the time. Baby, I'm talking crazy. I need you running my space, but I need it, baby. I'm late, but I still can check in with you. I know that I need my friends, but I wouldn't wanna leave. You know, I wouldn't wanna bleed. Even my heart, my mind, and my body. Says, my body says, my body says, I don't know what it is. I can't tell you what it is, but you got me going crazy.
Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, just read my book.
Good evening, ladies. Howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
Miss Kimberly, can you hear us?
I know she
Hey,
says she's in the waiting room.
oh,
Was it her?
yeah.
Hello?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. No, can you? Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Come on here. Okay, perfect. Okay, I can hear y'all. It seems like it's lagging on my side. I don't know.
It sounds like
Maybe.
like I mean, we can hear you clearly. It just sounds like you're like speaking through cupped hands, you know, when you hold your hands in a cup around your mouth.
No way.
Yeah, it's I can hear it clear, but it sounds like it's
I hear her clear.
yeah, I can hear it clear. You don't hear what I hear?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear it clear. It just sounds like it's in that little tunnel thing. Okay. Do I sound all right?
Yes.
Okay. You sound
Say
good.
something again, Kimberly.
Testing three. Testing one, two, and the three.
Okay.
Can
I
you
hear
hear
you
me?
good. Yes, I hear you well.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we're
Well,
good.
welcome back. Just read my book. We missed you last week. We truly did.
I missed y'all too because I had some things to say about that one, but I'll keep it
We could
moving.
start off because it we could give a recap. That's what I was thinking, like a small recap of last week so that we could get everyone caught up, you know? So,
Okay.
hey, foot soldier. So I'll start off with you since you weren't here. Um, what did you think about last week's?
Okay, let's see. Last week. Okay. The duel and before then the. Okay. Last week I had a theory about who Lady Whistledown was.
Yes.
Okay. but that kind of made my mind change after seeing it. I was thinking that it was Lord, what's her name? The girl that doesn't want to get married, the Bridgerton girl. Oh Lord, what's her name?
Eloise.
Eloise, yes. I was thinking it was Eloise, but I thought it was like a duo, Eloise and Penelope, because they always got
Mm.
their heads together. But then I realized that when they noticed that she was writing things and she started actually looking, saying that she thought she could find out who she was, that crossed her off the list.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and then I had another theory, but that got blown out the water on these last two episodes.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, the place that they went. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Um, that place that the middle Bridgerton son, no, the oldest Bridgerton son went to,
Which one? You mean
where it
to
was
the
the
artist?
gallery.
That's Benedict. That's the second in line. Benedict.
Okay. Yeah, okay, him. I'm still working on the names. Okay, him. He went to that house where that man invited him to say, if you want to experience the freeness and all of that, he was thinking it would help him with his art.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That made me right there. I was already it raised my eyebrow. I said, hmm. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was
And
a
yeah, and now I know I was right, but we'll get there.
okay.
Let's see what else. Him in the babe in the garden with damn it, Daphne and the Duke.
Simon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Simon the Duke. So okay, what are we gonna call him? Simon or the Duke or Mr. Hastings? What are we gonna call him?
Well, either or.
Okay, so because I want to.
Simon. Well, we've
Okay,
been using Simon and the
okay,
character's name. So yeah. So.
okay,
Mhm.
Simon. So when Simon was in the garden with Daphne and they started kissing. I said, "Ooh, look at there!" And I was wondering. I said if it was going to go all the way through, but then when they got caught, that was a big. I could not believe. But then I have to remember what times we're in. That it was going to get so serious that they were going to have this duel to to for his sister's honor. Um, but when he was telling her things and told her to touch herself, and she went home and did it.
Yeah, that's when we were kicking in, and we were also discussing that part and saying, how her mom, which we'll get more in detail this season, this episode
Uh huh.
5, 5 and 6, of how the mom should have told her, what she will be
Right.
experiencing looking for
Right.
when she get married, what is all
Right.
going to happen and take place, because poor child is so lost. She's really lost in the feel of, and of course, we know they're young.
That's
So
another thing.
yes.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to say too. Her facial expressions are everything to me. You can see everything in her face. She looked like she was in sheer terror, like she was afraid. She didn't know what was going on. She looks so stunned. I'm telling you, that girl
Okay.
is funny. She can make those faces,
You
and you
look
can tell her.
beautiful. I should have got dolled up and came on camera
Oh,
next week.
thank
Next week.
you. I just
Next
got
week.
look. Thank you.
So, Kimberly, I tried to get the episode from the Chat GPT. Did you pull yours for this week?
I did. Of course I did. I
Oh,
didn't
you
know that.
did.
Yeah. You want me to send it to you or not really?
You can give us episode 5
Okay. So
when we ready. Well, you done? Sorry, just read my book. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we were just those who's coming in and up in the clouds. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It is Kimberly Black. Just read my book and myself, and we are doing Bridgerton. Of course, we're on season one, episodes 5 and 6.
Mhm.
So we've been on a road trip, and y'all know where we left off, where they're courting and then they, the duel and all that good stuff. So now we get into the thick of things, right? And so Kimberly, whenever you're ready, go ahead and give us a summary of what we're looking for in season 5. Episode
Episode
5.
Episode.
5. So in
Sorry.
episode 5, it's called "The Duke and I." That's the theme for this. Daphne and Simon get engaged after their scandals, and after there's a scandal, and she pushes for a quick wedding using a special license. Remember, they had to get a special license because the queen had said no to them getting a quick marriage. Prince Frederick Gracefield. Oh, that's the wrong people. I'm sorry. Oh, that's the right people. Frederick Gracefield steps aside, though the queen is not pleased about losing her match for the Dauphin. The Dauphin. So the Prince he steps out because Daphne and Simon are going ahead along with their marriage um, nuptials. So he's backing out of it. The queen is very distraught because she likes to be right. The wedding happens, and Daphne and Simon finally act on their passion, beginning their married life together. However, there's early tension. Simon remains emotionally distant, hints at deeper issues. On the Featherton side, the subplot, Morena plans to secure her future by marrying Colin. Of course, everybody knows Colin is even he's in the dark about her being pregnant from episode 4. Even if
Mm-hmm.
he's manipulating him, so Marina's willing to risk it all to get married, so that she can have a standard lifestyle. Penelope tries to stop the match, knowing that Marina's secret, but Colin's proposal quickly. Fails Colin's proposal quickly. Key takeaways: this episode is all about marriage and passion, but also
Mm-hmm.
sets up a big secret and conflict in Daphne and Simon's relationship.
Yes. Now listen, we know that it gets juicy. We know that it gets juicy, and especially with the passion and the marriage. Oh my goodness. When I tell you I wrote notes, and I it was just so much things going on in there, and it really had made my heart flooded, especially the heating moments with Simon and Daphne. It was just truly when you know those feelings when you first meet somebody. But just to set off, the license was denied because she told her mom that she wanted to get married quick. And
Mm,
so they went to the church and the bishop said no. Of course the queen said had something to do with denying the license, marriage license.
mm,
So now they had to come, and so uh Lady Danbury said, look, y'all gonna have to just go to her, confess your love, and tell her what it is. That's it. She like, you could do that, right? Okay. Like, okay, because this ain't no fake stuff. Y'all faking the funk with each other, basically, but we can see the passion in y'all eyes. We know y'all really like each other. Y'all just, playing around. And so, so I was just thinking to myself, right?
mm-hmm.
I guess before we get into, I guess we could, since I'm on it. So the queen denies it. So now they go in front of the queen, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because the
It was a
queen
good
is telling her nephew, fight for her. But now, they're before the queen.
Yeah, that was really a good episode part segment right there when they were
Oh,
standing before her and Daphne, she went in to speak first. They say how that it was a natural instinct for us to be
mm-hmm,
connected, and she was it was a natural instinct, but it wasn't at the same time because they firstly wasn't really feeling each other. It was kind of
mm-hmm.
but then, but I thought it was really interesting when Simon spoke up. He really spoke from his heart, and she was Daphne looked at him like she was even shocked to hear him say that because he had been refusing to want to marry her, with on the pretenses that he could never give her any children, right?
Well, she was shocked. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that she really did not think, he wanted anything to do with her. So she
Right,
was
because that was
shocked.
a part of the deal. The arrangement was we're just faking this. There's no connection, there's no love, no romance, no children.
So he threw her off and basically, how about you set first of all before the queen and how about he set the whole how about he just said his vows right there. You know what I'm saying? He just said his vows right there on the spot and
Mm-hmm.
basically stating, that it was not love at first sight, but
Right.
it was an attraction and they became friends. And what is it? Not only is she beautiful, but how about marrying your best friend?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That tugged at my heart, and I'm not going to lie, y'all. Don't even laugh at me.
You better not tell me you cried.
Uh,
It's
uh,
okay if she cried. That's
I,
okay.
I cried the first
Mm.
time I watched it around. I remember, and then the us doing this show and having to rewatch it.
Mm,
I cried, but then a little girl. I watched this episode three
yeah, and then I
times.
think
Three
what did that
times.
think the fact that he said that we became friends over this masquerade of pretending like we were in
Mhm.
love or we were courting.
Yes.
I think that triggered the queen because she had just had that scene with her husband with
Oh
he had
yes.
amnesia and dementia. Or he had some type of mental you know thing going on with him, and so
What exactly is what's wrong with him? Because all we know is that he's been in the background until this scene somewhere
right,
laid up, and they just say, and every time I want to talk about their marriage, every
okay.
episode that I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I think that triggered the queen because when they said friends, they were in the next series of when you learn about the queens, Queen Charlotte, she has her own series on Bridgerton, and so in her series you'll find out more about the
Yes.
marriage, their particular marriage, and what the dynamic of their marriage and how their marriage came to be. But he has some type of mental illness, and that's why he was
Yes.
so enraged in this scene talking about he didn't even remember that their daughter had passed away in that episode in that scene or they were at the dining room table. He kind of goes in and out like Alzheimer's but
Yes,
it's
like Alzheimer's, exactly. And then he goes into yes, that's exactly
But see, they haven't
what
shown
it is.
any of that yet.
it
No,
didn't
mm-mm.
no it
You
doesn't
they're
show
gonna
any
just show you
Media.
glimpses. They're gonna be so you have to be in tune because they're gonna just show you like glimpses and
Okay,
right
but
little stuff because they have their own story.
yeah,
right
but
So,
thus far they haven't shown any of that. So I
uh-oh
uh-oh,
did she drop
hold on. Mm-mm-mm.
told her that her husband was awake. But what's so I mean, and that he was spry, you know. But what gets me is from the first episode up until now, anytime someone enters the room where she is and mentions her husband, the first thing she says, "Dead." Like she's waiting for him to die, like she really wants him to die. So when I saw her go into the dining room with him when he was eating, she didn't seem like she hated him or wanted him to die. She seemed like she was enjoying her conversation with him.
Oh, she
She
was. She
seemed
loves. Oh, she loves him dearly.
it looks like
She's just
she does, but
hurting because of what he's going through, and he goes in and out, so he doesn't remember her sometimes, and then he
they haven't
does.
shot anything
So
yet.
yeah, it grows more as it,
Story,
go on.
yeah,
They'll show a little
right,
glimpse, but
Okay, so let's go. Okay, so all right, cause see now, cause you kind of let me know what's happening now. I don't know that, but I haven't gone past
right.
well,
the
you
sixth episode.
ask. We just trying to
Thinking
give
about
you a better
where we
understanding because they don't really show. That's why I'm going ahead and telling you a little bit, because they don't really get deep into details, because this is all more about the Bridgertons. It's really not
yeah,
about
but
the
I'm sure
Queen. So I
you
wanted
let
to
us know
give you a bigger picture of, what is actually going on, and yeah.
well, no more spoilers.
I'm
Now
sorry.
you telling me. I knew something was going on, but I didn't know that's what it
Well, I
was.
didn't tell you
See, I thought
everything.
it
You're
was
gonna have to
something.
watch Queen Elizabeth. Cause then you really going this really gonna connect you more to the Queen's personality in Bridgerton. Then when you go watch Queen Elizabeth, um,
Queen
Queen
Charlotte.
Charlotte. I don't know where I get Queen Elizabeth. Child.
Good
When you
years.
go watch Queen Charlotte, you will then you're going to be more connected into, because actually halfway through watching Bridgerton, I stopped watching Bridgerton and I went and watched all of Queen Charlotte, and then I came back. And then it was a
Oh, I
more
can't do that.
understanding. It was like, oh, okay, this is what's up with her. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so I gave you a little glimpse of it, but you have to truly, but yeah, that's why she understands that friend part, and that's what really touched her heart, to give
Mm,
them permission to go ahead and get married early, when
mm,
he said that friend, that best friend.
mm.
Now,
I noticed all of that with her, with and her countenance changed,
It
and
did.
the things that she was saying. And I said, she talks like she speaks from love, because that's a thing with all of these different marriages going on. The Bridgertons have a marriage of love.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
The other people don't have, the Feathertons don't have a marriage of
Exactly.
love.
Mm.
Right. And then you see, so now you're looking at the queen, and every time the queen is saying, Dad, Dad, you're thinking, well, shit, she doesn't have no. So then when I see this, I'm like, oh, she sounds like she actually had a marriage of
She
love.
did.
So where did she So I'm noticing that's a big deal
Yes,
in
Linda
and out.
B.
And I agree with Linda B when
Yeah.
she says that that was the first time that the queen actually acted
You
like she was
see her
human.
human, yes,
Mm,
and
Mhm.
it was very interesting and telling. And first of all, you saw all the pain, longing, and more in his eyes while he was telling the story. I mean, his eyes, not and less, despite the drinking, probably what
Wait
really
a minute.
caused his eyes red. But I'm just saying, being drunk, because remember, before we even get to that scenario, remember she tells, because we skipped that part, but they do go into that. And when he went into that passionate, I call it the vows, because those were perfect vows. You hear me? That
mm,
was just so perfect, opening up his heart. And you could see the pain, because I know that pained him to even let those words utter his mouth, because
mm,
he's going through his own stuff. So it's like, wow, Simon, okay. And he broke me down. He broke me down. So I'm like, oh my God, that really was in the episode. I haven't gone beyond the sixth episode. Okay. So, and then let's get into, so now the wedding is on though. So to
mm-hmm,
go back to, so remember when Daphne tells her mom that she's engaged to Simon, that she wants to get married, and of course they do all of that. And her mom told her she didn't need to know what happened between them, which I found that was interesting. You see how the mom continues to avoid this ex. topic
Mm.
about sex. She still don't want to discuss that because she wants to tell her mom what happened. So remember now her mom thinking they done went all the way because she never let her tell her what happened. She
Right.
thinking they done. So I now I if I after watching this again, I think now I'm thinking, well, that maybe that's the reason why her mom didn't really explain because she done thought they did the thing. You know? Do you think or not? Because remember we spoke last week about how the mom avoiding the topic about talking to her daughter of what's to happen
What to
after
expect?
in the honeymoon night and what's going to happen. I said, do y'all think that the mom thought because they probably already had
Yes,
sex?
that's what it's what that's what it came across is is that she thought that they had that's why they were rushing to get married so soon is because she had already maybe did that discretion and so
Yeah, so
because
I wish she would have let her
before
talk
you
to
know it,
her.
me and Simon is not what you think. It's not. We're not together. You know when they was. That's when she decided
Hmm.
to go with the prince. You know, so she was thinking that well maybe they didn't do anything and there wasn't a relationship, but now all of a sudden they want to get married. You know, it was kind of confusing that part. You know.
And this brings us to the society today that we live in, right?
You, you're
With the
on mute.
birds and the bees and talking
I think
about all of this.
just my read my book is on mute. I think,
Oh, yeah,
because
she's on mute. Sorry, you were saying something. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I also like the way that her mother did not make her feel ashamed by telling she's like, I don't like that she shut her down because I wanted her to talk to her, but I guess she felt like, okay, you don't need to tell me. It wasn't like, oh,
Hmm.
you harlot, I'm putting you on a scarlet letter. You're gonna wear, you know what I mean?
Right, like Lady Featherton did to Marina, the cousin.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
When she came near pregnant. You know what I'm
when you
saying?
get
But just
that,
thinking about society today, we you don't get that chance. I don't know. We don't do sit down. Even with me speaking to my daughters about it, I don't think I've been it went into major details or anything like that, but we've had to talk and about using protection, and we talk going into a whole stream, but just really sitting down. And I guess because it's so different, that's a shame how society is today.
yeah,
We're not sitting down with our kids before marriage. You see
right,
how that close net thing is like before marriage, because normally, not saying my children or anything like that, but normally kids, and I know I did, I had sex before I was married. So I those
yeah,
the and it make
yeah.
you think how sacred and how important it is. You
mhm,
start thinking about your life over again and
yeah,
thinking like, wow, you
And
know,
Bessie was clueless. When I mean that girl was clueless, but she figured out something quick though when she went and got Rose her handmaid or her cook or whatever, and she went in those servants' quarters and talked to her. She said, "Tell me and tell me the truth. How do you become pregnant?"
but
yeah,
that was after
Tell her.
that was
She was
but that was after several
yeah,
sex.
that's afterwards,
that was
yeah,
after a whole lot of fun. That was, I
yeah,
mean,
that was
look,
after
I
a
mean,
whole lot.
child, they everywhere they went, they could look inside, outside, the library, Colonel Mustard in the parlor with the candlestick, everywhere honey, they couldn't get enough of each other. But she still didn't
But,
know how you
but
get pregnant. And that's what I'm saying, that she was
Wait,
clueless.
let's stick to season
Yeah, but I'm just saying we were
episode.
talking about sex. So I'm saying she was
Oh, okay,
clueless,
yeah,
as to she was clueless about sex and clueless about how you get pregnant, not even knowing that it's like those two go together. She
yeah,
was clueless.
yeah. She was very clueless. She was in the
Yeah.
dark for real, and it just makes you wonder and think. what you said, the mother wouldn't even let her say words. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I wish she would have let her daughter open have that mom and daughter talk. And because it's very important, because remember, she's going to become a mom. So at that point, that was very important for you to teach her, so when she have her children, she knows like, hey, don't do this, and now you know why not to do it.
Mm,
Don't let a man kiss on you. This is why. And it's important because these
right.
things you should experience for the first time with your husband, not
Mm.
anything before. And so that's where it should have went into,
The
that I
race
think
with
I
loving and
agree. I wish
yeah.
she would have let her, talk and do that. But remember now, what about now going back a little bit before they went to that? Do you remember when he showed up drunk in town and they were
On the
waiting on him?
sidewalk.
Yeah, oh my god, in the part where they was talking to the other couples and how he snatched his hand away. You see it when she went to go grab his hand.
That
Oh my god,
he
that hurt me. I was like,
oh, I was so mad. And in front of those people, in front of
yes. I was like, damn, Simon,
Kimmy,
you what the
especially that
hell?
damn Cressida. That you let that damn Cressida see. Oh, I can't stand her ass with her no eyebrows.
Oh, that Cressula is a
Oh,
mess.
I can't stand her. That
Child.
long ass forehead, no brows. Oh, I can't stand her
Yeah,
ass.
she's something. She's
Mm.
something. Yeah, she didn't even know how a woman gets pregnant precisely until yeah. And so it says she said spilled.
Thank you. That was very
Listen,
that was
I was
very
just like, yeah,
still.
that was cute. Spilled. Real
Very
juvenile.
tasteful. Yes.
Tasteful.
Very Victorian.
Okay. Yeah, I was so mad at his behind.
That pissed
And
me
I
off.
but listen, you know what I was cracking up? When they were at the scene, when they were in there getting fitted, when she was getting fitted for her dress.
mm,
Mhm.
And her nightgowns as they call it, right? And when she was like, the seamstress was like, oh yeah, you need, she was like, what in the world would I need 5 night dresses for? And she was like, uh, she was like,
They're
what
not
else
for
do you
you
think
there.
is gonna happen at a honeymoon? What do you think it's
Mhm.
for? The
Yeah, because he
honeymoon.
said, not for
And
you,
she's
dear. It's for
and
your
she was
husband.
right, but she was still clueless.
She clueless.
Again, this is when I wish the mom would have stepped in. Like, you see, your poor
Right.
child don't know what the
it's
hell.
No. She's
Huh?
like,
yeah.
I wear this nightgown every night. I fold it up and they put it under my pillow and I come home and it's there. I did why did I
Right.
need five?
I'm like, okay. So now remind y'all, now listen, this Priscilla, who just read my book, is speaking of, Simon and she saw Simon and Daphne kissing in the garden. So
Mhm.
Mm,
she showed up at the fitting. She was happened to be at the seamstress, and she approached Daphne at this time, and she threatened her like, yeah, you better be nice to me or something like this, or I will spill the beans, because
blackmailer.
I
Mm,
saw you. I saw you what happened in the garden. And now she's thinking like she's talking to her as if Daphne is forcing herself on Simon. This is
mm.
her picture of you're forcing yourself on him and blah blah blah. Um, I wanted to, oh, if I could reach through that screen and smack
Mhm.
her. I said, girl, go sit your thirst bucket behind down, you thirsty heifer. Nah. The mother waited until the last possible moment to tell her a little thing. Yeah, and even then didn't say much,
Opportunity
So,
to expound on it, but she didn't. Mm-mm.
yeah, she started talking about, remember we had a house Remember we had two houses?
Yeah, but
And then
she
she's like, yeah, because it was puppies. I said, girl, if you don't shut the front door, what the hell? Puppies? I didn't get that. I still don't get that. What the hell are you talking about? The second house because there was puppies. What in heaven do you mean? And
That's kind of like the scenario how parents would in our time would say about the birds and the bees. Well, she used the phrase puppies.
child, I was appalled. Okay, I said puppies. What the hell is going on? So I said, Lord have mercy. What is going on?
What I think that the reference that may have been is maybe when they would go to the summer house, maybe they had two dogs, but when they came back for the summer, there were puppies there now, and so
Mm,
I think maybe that was the way she was trying to correlate it for her daughter to understand that two dogs make puppies, but not
that
going into
must be
specifics of how the two dogs make the pup. I'm just saying,
right,
yeah,
right.
I'm
they're just there.
mom's rationale for the dog puppies, girl. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when that brings it to the reception,
Mhm,
after they got married.
Well, hold
mhm.
on.
And
You made a
that's when she
statement,
started
Jill.
talking about the puppies. And I was just so confused. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You made a statement. You said whatever is the matter is a problem, right?
Hmm.
What about that song where that girl was singing? Whatever can it be? What can it be?
Oh Lord.
Jesus.
Whatever in a
Oh, Jesus. What song is this?
You don't remember her singing that song when the man came out? That's when Marine. Okay, when Penelope got Colin outside of the parlor and was
Hmm.
telling him that she was in Marina was in love with someone else.
Oh, yes. Okay,
And
okay. I
he
remember
said,
now.
yeah, he said the farther away, because she said, "Have we moved the party to the hallway?" And he said, "The further away from that song, I feel like the party is better." He
Yes.
said,
That's probably because the girls love
"Whatever
so much.
can it
Yeah, that
be?"
was, oh, child. That was some terrible singing. I said, my God.
You need to
But
go back to her needlework. She need to do good needlework because that's the singing is not it.
now let's talk about that part since you brought it up with
Mhm.
The family.
when at the well, first of all, I found this so awkward that Simon still kept avoiding her, at their own reception, just offstandish and, all of that. And then when she's sitting in there, that was odd. And then when the mom sat there and then they didn't get a chance to finish the conversation because now the carriage is here to whisk her off the honeymoon. So again,
Mhm.
she still don't know what is about to happen to that twat. Okay.
Oh,
Not the two.
my goodness. Oh,
Okay. What you want me to call it? I am
The
trying to
marital
avoid
bliss. The marital bliss. The marital night.
I'm sorry.
the tushy.
Ow.
Tusi. I don't know. Like, okay, like well, he didn't know. She still don't know what's about to happen, baby girl. Okay. I was nervous for her that I get whisked off with this man that I got all these strange feelings and my heart is fluttering for. And now I'm going miles and miles and miles away from my family. And I don't know what's gonna happen because she never finishes, and I need all these night gowns and all this stuff he said. So could you imagine all this stuff running through her mind? And now the carriage is here. Now I want to say something to y'all. I do not now last week we spoke about Eloise and Penelope's relationship, and Penelope is in love with Colin. I
Mhm.
at this point, I do not think that the sister knows how she feels about Colin.
But Louise doesn't. I
No.
don't think she does either. She
Yeah,
doesn't know that
she
she's a
doesn't know that Penelope actually is in
uh,
love with
She
Colin.
knows now.
No, she doesn't know. She doesn't know because they actually never talk about it. And whenever she does come and Penelope is in her feelings, Eloise is still so drawn on finding the Lady Whistledown. So that's all she's talking about.
So
So
mm,
you've
even
gone
when she
past again.
huh?
You've gone past again.
No,
uh,
I'm not. She still don't know. I'm saying
Well, she went to her in
you
this.
said she knows now, and I'm
Well,
saying no,
yeah.
she doesn't know. She does not know
So
that.
at the end of the episode, she went to her and she was crying,
Yeah,
that
but
was sick.
she
and
was
that's where they ended it.
she
Mm.
was crying, but she still didn't know what she was crying for. She's just thinking emotional of their conversation, and she's saying, "Oh, um, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think you're
I'm
on episode 6 saying she was crying."
yeah, that's where
Okay,
we.
so we on episode 5 still. But
No, that's on.
no, it's on 6 when she was
Okay, five
crying.
and
But
six.
remember, huh?
Go
What
ahead.
was that? No, I'm saying when she was crying, that was episode 6 when she was crying. I know, and they was by the window. That's
At the
what you talking
swing.
about. Huh?
At the swing. She went out to her at the swing. Penelope was crying
Yeah,
and
but she still didn't know why she was actually crying because she loved him. She's thinking, oh, because he's going away. I still
well,
don't
if
remember
nothing
the
was said at
swing.
that point, she just started crying, so she was patting her on the back.
Yeah, but she's
So
thinking that she was going through whatever it is, emotion, but she still never got a chance to tell her. Like,
because the
I'm
episode
in love with
ended.
your brother.
It
Like,
ended. They didn't tell.
okay. But I mean, no. As far as what I've seen in 5 and 6, no. Because even remember her father. I don't want to go too far, but
Because it sounded like you telling me something further than that because they didn't have a conversation yet. They ended the episode that kind of like when it ended with them two, with those two.
Episode 4. Yeah, when episode 4 ended, Eloise had came to
I'm
Penelope's
talking about
house,
the ones we were just watching, the 5 and 6.
yeah,
right?
yeah. But I was saying that because there was a scene part in earlier shows where she still never came out and told her. But they were at the Queen's house. Go ahead.
But we're
They were.
past that, right?
I
We're
didn't
on
we
five
didn't
and
talk
six.
about yeah, we had 5 and 6. But we didn't talk about the Queen's house yet, I don't believe.
Okay, I'm a listen because some now I'm get okay.
Well,
Y'all
she
go
said
ahead.
nobody asked Penelope anything. Right, unless it was about them. Right. So she still never even speaks what's going on with her, like what her feelings is about. They everybody, she's just get ignored. You know what I mean? Kind of like it's kind of like, okay, this is me. This is me. Everything is about everybody else. And so she's just going through these emotions basically herself, and then nobody
Mhm.
realized why she's busy telling her mom like he's young and blah blah blah, and you know what I'm saying, and nobody's realizing that she has feelings for this boy. you know they just
Mhm.
thinking she's just emotional because they're close friends, because they live next door and that they close, and she's just concerned about his well-being, as a
Right.
friend. That's what they're thinking. Like
Yeah.
that's her
She never,
friend. They grew
yeah,
up. So
Penelope, she never reveals her feelings. We see it, her feelings
Yes.
toward him, but she never reveals it to Eloise. She doesn't reveal it to her parent, her her sisters, or her mother. She doesn't reveal it to anyone.
Well, up until
She's always looking at him across the room, and you know what I'm
Yes.
saying, and looking at him when they getting in the carriage, you know what I'm saying, or when they walking in the park or whatever. She's always gazing at him with admiration. But I don't. She doesn't even let Collins know that
Right.
she has some feelings or emotions for him.
I see that up until now is what I'm saying. That I've seen all of that
Hmm.
because at first I was saying no, but then I started seeing it. But at the last episode that I saw, when she realized that they were gonna, that she was gonna run off to go get married, Penelope went over to um
Collins.
Eloise's house. Eloise was sitting outside on a
Oh yeah,
swing.
smoking a cigarette. Yeah,
Right.
I remember
Mm-hmm.
that episode.
I
And
But
remember.
Penelope
she still
ran
never.
up.
There was never no verbiage of.
I
Yeah.
know. I know this is what I'm saying. But she ran up to her and started crying, and she held her and started patting her, and then they ended it. So I'm just figuring she's getting ready to tell her.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was just going by far as so far now. She still doesn't know. Like
Yeah.
Eloise does not know.
No,
I
she doesn't.
mean, as far as where we are now, she still does not know that she's in love with her brother.
Okay, so we'll find that out on next
Yeah,
episode.
yes, right. That's all I was saying. I wasn't trying to go far ahead. I was just staying right there. At this point, she still
Yeah,
does not know. She still doesn't know.
right, because
Uh
she hadn't said anything yet. But I figured I'm assuming that's what that conversation was going to be like. Oh,
so
you know,
when you said she knows now, I'm thinking
yeah.
you was saying something was said. That's why I said no, she doesn't. She
Oh
still
no.
doesn't know. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So I mean, I guess this part is closing out. Now, what is the part? Now, I do have a question. So
Mm,
remember, the cousin tried to. She came up with this plan since she didn't want
Marina.
to. Marina, she didn't want to
Mm,
marry that old man. So she told the aunt. She told Lady Whistledown that she's going to seduce
not
Colin.
Lady Whistle down.
You told
I mean,
Lady.
not Whistledown, Lady Featherton. Sorry, she told Lady Featherton that
Yeah,
she
she
was
told me
going
that.
to seduce Colin. And
Mm,
I found that so, I mean, especially him at that young age, she was
mm,
ready to give him some of that thing. Okay.
mm,
And
mm.
she was, and they was in that room and they was about to kiss. And he was like, no, no, we can't do this.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, you about to go through all these means to get married. You about to get this man. And I said, damn, this is crazy how you about to trap this man and trying to sleep so he'll think the baby is his
It
and
was
all
his.
that. That was crazy. But he projected, he said, no, you're a lady. He
Mm-hmm.
said, so we should not do this. And
Yeah.
she was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. And I am a lady, so I should wait. And then he was like, so let's get married. She was like, really? I was like, Lord have mercy. Listen
Yeah.
to him
I
jumping the
thought that
gun.
was I thought that was a very interesting dynamic right there too. When
It
they went
really
when they
was.
went to that room because she was all primed and prepped to because she already made this agreement with Featherton that I'm gonna entrap him. And then so she's
Exactly.
gonna yeah, so then when she gets to the room, she kind of like, leans into him and trying to seductively be with him without being seductively. And they even got as close as to ready to kiss and he was like, no. Uh,
Yeah.
and that showed about his character to me.
Yes.
That was a big reflection of his character because Simon didn't have the willpower to do that, right? In the garden.
No, he did not
So,
have a
he didn't
willpower.
have the
And
willpower. And neither does any of the other brothers have that willpower because they dipping it down low and spreading it wide all on them.
okay. And see, remember, because he's still the young, he's like the middle, the
Yeah, he's the
youngest.
last of the baby
He's the
boy.
youngest, so he never had a taste yet. So
Mm-hmm.
he's still on, let me be a gentleman. No, I want to be married. He's still
Right.
on that king. Yeah. So that was really interesting. That he, held to himself and said, nope, we need to be married. We ain't doing nothing. Okay.
But
No
but
kissing.
the key thing is, so they hadn't even really been courting a whole lot either. But
No.
the fact that they wanted to, he said, I want to get let's get married. It's almost, to me, gave me the thought that I don't have to love you, but I want to have sex with you. And so the only way we can do this is for us to be married. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of, to me, almost like a second thought. Like, I
That's
can get
exactly,
somebody that
yeah,
I can marry, but
yeah.
that's us wanting to do this sex thing is going to make, well, let's get married, and then we both can be good, up and standing citizens. You don't want to be a whore, and I can.
Exactly. Yeah. And it could be two things. One, he still was wet behind the ears and he was
Yeah,
smitten with her anyway. He was
Hmm.
yeah,
very smitten with her from the beginning when she arrived town. Remember? So he
yeah,
was already smitten and smelling himself. He like, oh, I want this lady. And then and she's so thirsty though. But she
Well,
was
you got to
thirsty,
keep
so
in
that
mind now,
he's
she's
thirsty with the
being
cause.
forced to marry somebody.
oh, I know, but she want before she have that baby, so she have to marry. But now she's into it, so now if I have to marry somebody, I'm gonna pick. I don't want no old dude. So I'm just saying,
I'm
at
just
this
being
point in
consistent.
time,
Yeah.
she's into the thirst mode of, so he could sense like she ready to do the damn thing. So I
Mhm.
guess he's kind of feeling pressure, like I don't want to lose her, so let's get married. You know
Right,
what
Right.
I'm saying? Like I
right.
don't want to lose her, so let's get married because she's ready to
Yes,
move to the next level. So I felt like,
that's
he's just
exactly what
ready
it
to.
was.
He
That
And
he
felt
was,
pressure.
that he was
but this,
honoring her as a lady, so that she would not
Exactly.
be so, yeah. So I mean,
Exactly.
it shows he's a good guy still in there. He's a good guy.
Exactly.
he's
And
a good guy.
I was thinking that maybe she would have a doubt and say, I can't do this to this guy, but she has no choice really.
Right.
Exactly.
But there's one thing I
Exactly.
want to say before we go any further, because when I was on mute, I heard y'all say something about Simon. Stay off of my Simon. Don't talk about my Simon. I haven't watched King guy in a long time. Now stay off of
Listen,
my Simon.
Okay, is
listen.
Simon yours?
We all, I think we all are smitten with Simon at this
Huh?
moment because Simon was the damn man. I'm talking about after that vows in front
Proposal.
of the queen,
The proposal.
baby. He grabbed all of the hearts, okay, and he needed to make up for snatching his hand away, and that was a goddamn good makeup. You hear me?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
baby, he
You
he
you was ready to open it up too, huh? Open
I
it up and say
sure
it.
was. Open up,
Say
open
it's
up.
been a long
Let's
time since
go.
I like the light skinned man because I don't like that. I do Bernie Mac black, but
Mm,
I like Simon. So
Yeah,
don't mess with my
Simon.
Simon.
Now let's get to the love scene before we get into episode 6. So
mhm,
the oh my god. So he requested they went to the inn. He stopped in the inn on purpose.
mhm,
Because he's still prolonging this thing. Okay. One,
mm.
he don't know how she feels about him really. All he knows is that they're still acting, but now they had to be forced to marry because he done messed up and kissed her in his garden, and now she had to do this. So he still don't think that she is way
In
over
love.
heels with her, in love with, I mean, with him.
Right,
He
because
don't
they
think
played
that.
very coy
So
with each other the whole time. Like, I'm not going to say
exactly.
it first. You're going to say it first. I'm not going to say. Yeah, they've been very coy with each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Coy
And
is a good word to
yes,
use.
coy. And
mhm.
so they gets to the inn. He orders separate rooms, and they're both pacing like puppies. Okay, they go from room to room. They pacing. He in his room pacing. She in her room pacing. And he come through that door. First of all, He come to that door talk about some dinner. Daphne like, I don't want no damn dinner.
I said, whoa.
He
Because
said
he had been
dinner.
divorcing her all during their wedding
Exactly.
celebration. So she's like, she was already on teeing about that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Like,
And
you
she did
come
not want
here.
no damn dinner. She said, what the?
Right? What you mean dinner? I'm supposed to sit at the table and say nothing. Like, she's looking like, where's all of this? I got all these gowns. Shit. You talk about something.
Girl, you still on them damn gowns. You still, you're like, five of them. I got five.
Five of them. She got, wait a minute. Is this what the honeymoon's supposed to be about? Dinner? Like, what is going on? She was like, you haven't spoken to me. You haven't said words to me in 3 damn days.
I'm
mhm.
3 days.
burning for you.
How dare you come in here, come in my room, talk about some damn dinner? I don't want to eat with you.
Burns.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and this part was another, oh God, another winner episode that had my heart. And she's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I burn for you. And all of this stuff. Child, you know, that was another
There was
teary
another
eye
big one.
moment. It was
There was
another
another big.
teary eye moment. It really was. It was like, and
You
now
cried
he's
on that deal.
huh?
You cried on that.
It's menopause. I was having a menopausal moment. But no, it was just so hard. Listen, I
He
love me a
said,
good
I'm
love
burned for
story.
you.
Door.
I
Mhm.
love me a good love story. I read so many love books. Listen, let me tell you, those are always, I'm not gonna blame it. It's a heart jerker for me to see people find true love, you know. And so seeing all of these sceneries of their relationship building up was amazing, right? And then they both commit, and then he finally opens up again. Like, I thought you didn't want to be near me. Like, I thought you despised me. Like,
Mhm.
I thought I was the reason that got you here, knowing that I can not give you any children, you know, and all of this stuff. And she's like, no, I burn for you too. And no, I love you. And that was just crazy. And then that was the sex scene. Oh,
Mhm.
Burn for you.
child. He's like,
That's
touch
gonna give you a
No
yourself.
long
words
time to
like
get out of
burn.
one of those damn
I
clothes.
think
That's a whole lot of clothes to get out of.
Those, okay. He was
Lord.
like, did you touch yourself like I told you to? Yo,
oh
that
Lord.
shit had me sitting there like, ooh.
You didn't pull out a rose, did you? You didn't pull
Huh?
out a
What you said? Did I what?
you didn't pull out a rose, did you? You
No,
know that
I don't own one of those, unfortunately. So,
Really?
yeah, no, I didn't pull out a rose. But she's like, yes. He said, well, touch yourself now. She like, I can't. He's like, And the way he so gently took her hand and got her on down there and then was talking to her. I'm like, dude, this her first time. She can't talk. Shit, her ass she was trying to explain. She couldn't get no words
You
out.
couldn't get no words
She
out.
said, she was like, I need you closer. That's all I know. I don't know what's coming next, but come closer.
I know you're right.
And that set the tone from there on out. And from there,
mm.
watching him spill after it was over, you know, she still lay there
She didn't even
clueless.
have a clue what he was
She's
doing. She
no,
had
she
no
no,
clue
she
what he was
didn't know.
doing.
Oh, don't laugh at me, let the baby. So, and then it kind of go off from there. And then we go into episode
Let's
6.
see.
You want to give us a summary of
Okay.
6?
Yes, let me go to 6. Six.
I'm gonna tell my dude I burned for you.
I burned for you.
I burned for you. He gonna be like, the fuck? You all right? What the, they put you on some new meds and shit. The fuck going on? You burn, you burn, you
You
burning, girl.
like we said you can
You
be burning.
burning. You burning.
In my time, you burning for somebody, that means you done got some STD. Okay, burning means that's what I
Right, I
take.
better be careful. I might be picking myself off the floor and shit. You know what I'm
You
saying?
better send that shit in the text.
Oh hell no! Then I might ruin every damn thing. Yeah, yeah. I'll be picking myself off the damn floor, talking about I burned. You burn for me. You ain't come for me, motherfucker. What the fuck you talking about? You burn for me. I ain't. You
Well,
ain't
listen
getting
to
that
this.
from me.
I
Okay,
gotta see
sorry.
what's happening with my order. I'll be back.
Okay, go ahead. She's gonna just read the. She
so
gonna go over the
episode
review.
so episode 6 is called The Swish.
Hey TC.
Daphne and Simon go on their honeymoon and are deeply infatuated, spending most of their time
Okay, just
together
read my book.
romantically. At, at times, as time passes, Daphne begins to question Simon's claims that he cannot have children. She eventually realizes the truth. Simon can have children. He is choosing not to. It's a difference than I can't and choosing not to. This leads to a major confrontation. Daphne feels betrayed and manipulated. Simon reveals his vows to never have children tied to his traumatic past. Their relationship becomes strained and emotionally intense. Meanwhile, back in London, because you know they're away at his home, his estate,
Mm-hmm.
Colin announces his engagement to Marina, shocking his family. Anthony, which is the older brother, is furious, and Penelope is heartbroken. So
Yeah.
we got two different emotions going on there. Key takeaways.
Yes.
Key takeaways. This episode shifts from romance to conflict and betrayal, exposing the central issues of Daphne and Simon's marriage. There you go.
Yes. Hey TC, welcome, welcome. We have been watching Bridgerton and started off with season 1. So we are on episodes 5
Five and
and 6. It's a great show. Have you watched TC? And you can watch the last 2 reviews to get you caught up. Or and join us next week. We will be here every Friday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. And we were discussing the part where, back in the state, in those eras, back in 18 something, um we're discussing the scenery where the characters is Simon and Daphne, and they were on a honeymoon and made love for the first time. And so we were discussing how you will have to get caught up on it, but he said, "Oh, I burned for you." And I was saying that I'm gonna tell my dude, I was like, I'm gonna tell a dude, you
Oh,
know,
she's
that you
watching.
burn. Oh, you watch it. Okay, okay, gotcha. Okay, you watch it. Oh, yes, I love it. It is so beautiful. Let me see. He said he can't have children. He wasn't lying. That bothered me that she said you lie. So, okay, we're going to get there. So, let's talk about the whole lying. In theory, to her, he did lie because he knew that she didn't know a thing about sex. She don't know anything about you know if you remember, let me go flashback because we left this important part out when in episode 5. Remember, she went outside with the maid, Miss
Mm-hmm,
Rose, and she was talking with her in the yard, and she
mm-hmm,
said to her, she said, I'm troubled. I'm a little trouble. I couldn't sleep. She said, because what am I to do? He can't have children. What
Oh,
kind of marriage is this going to be? And the
right.
maid, and she said, what kind of marriage is it if you can't have children? He can't have children. And she explained to the maid, told her that there's this couple and they cannot have children, but their love conquers all, you know?
Mm,
They still
mm,
love each other and they love each other throughout, although they don't have any children and it worked for them. So don't worry yourself. So in her mind, him saying it, he didn't say, I don't want to have any children. He said,
mm.
I cannot have children. So Linda, that is very misleading to say I can't have children. Not
Well,
Mm.
kind of see that's where the semantics comes in because he did not say he can't have children. He said, I cannot give you any children.
No,
Yeah,
he said
yeah.
he did say he can't. He did at that when they were at that duel. He said,
Mm.
"I can't have any children." That's what he said.
He
He
said, I
he
can't
he.
give you any.
No, he said that one time, but at that duel, he said, "I cannot have any children."
Okay.
So yeah, he
It was
did
written
say that
in it.
one time, and when they first started saying, but at that point, he told her specifically when she was like, "You're gonna marry me," and he's like, "I can't have any children." That's what he's
Right.
saying. Like that's the reason why he didn't
But
want to.
but you know what? This is the part that's disturbing to me. He gave her the information and said, I can't have it, or I can't give you any, or whatever,
She
tomato.
agreed to
She
it.
had
Right,
no questions about it. She didn't
Right.
question, like, why can't you have any children? Is there something physically wrong with you?
Right.
Why is the reason for you not having any children? This is the mindset of those women back in
yeah,
that day. They didn't ask questions. They just took orders. They just followed. They were, what I'm saying, the man, whatever the man said, that was pretty much it.
exactly.
They didn't question the why. They didn't ask for the rationale for it. And that's where their miscommunication happened a lot of times because they really were not communicating. They were basically just going along with the society standards of what
Well,
romance is, what love is, what dating is. They really didn't do any in-depth conversations, which
None,
is
because that's
because
what
disturbing.
I
these
like
was a
about their. Oh,
Go
so
ahead.
yeah, that's what I like about her and her and Eloise and Penelope. See, she does speak up. I like that about their relationship. She does speak up. She asks questions. She speaks her mind, and he respects that she does that. So I like
Mm,
that she's starting out that way. So it was already in her, even though she's very young. Suppose I don't know
mm,
how young she's supposed to be, but very young indeed.
mhm.
And she
but
already knows that she has her own mind and she's going to ask questions. She's going to speak her mind. And the fact that that doesn't bother him is another factor I like with their relationship.
That's true.
yes.
That's
But
Hmm.
see, the key part
Because,
is that it the play on words, right? And I don't mean
yeah,
I'm not trying to say that he purposely misled her,
right.
because
mm,
It
again,
wasn't,
I don't
yeah.
want to say he purposely, but that is what one would believe if you keep saying I can't. Because one, she don't know his past yet. Remember, the brother just didn't really know what happened to him. So when she couldn't sleep and she had milk and he was talking about, he was like, and when at the the episodes before,
Mhm.
remember when they were in the kitchen and she said, why is it, what's
nobody-
wrong with him? And he said he didn't have much family. I don't really know much of the past. He has a dog, that's
Mhm.
pretty much all she knew. So she's thinking like, okay, he hurt, but that still doesn't connect to can't have any children. And
mm,
in him,
Yeah.
Simon, still not even letting her in of
Hmm.
what is actually going on with him, because
Hmm.
he's
right.
still confused about his feelings for her,
I think
you
this
know?
too.
And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so
Very
he's still
confused.
confused, and this is his first time
Process.
actually being in love with someone, letting someone in. So
Hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
hard. And as a man, and that's a painful past. Like, and will she leave me? You feel what I'm saying? So would she
Yeah.
leave me knowing that our child might come out with a speech impediment? So these are things
Mhm.
that he's probably processing too. Like, should
Right.
I tell her this? Would she look at me in embarrassment and all of this stuff? So this is stuff
Mhm.
going through his head where another reason you are still hiding stuff from her purposely, really, because
Oh
you
yeah,
are
yeah.
unsure if she's going to accept you or not, too. So I feel like Simon, knowing she has absolutely nothing, knows anything about sex and nothing to do, she doesn't know anything about what happens, how to get pregnant, none of that stuff. So she feels like, she's like, what? Remember, she kept asking, like, when they're having sex. Now we getting into, the scene, which was juicy because they was sexing everywhere, all over that estate, baby, they was blessing it everywhere.
They sure
Okay.
were.
I said, Lord, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
when they
talking
were on
about.
the ladder in the library.
Chap.
They,
They was doing it up, honey. I said, Lord, the man, listen, he was like, a tour, when they showed
Mhm.
up to the estate and the head maid was like, Miss Carl, other plans. We don't need no damn tour.
That was show
Okay.
you the big
We're gonna
picture.
take our own tour. We need y'all to
Look,
stay in y'all
I'll take her
places.
on tour. I'm gonna take her. We're gonna christen every room in this joint. That's what we getting ready to do.
Yes.
I'll tour
I'm
her. I can.
Okay. But that
Mhm.
was something, and I'm just saying. So it goes on to you see them having sex and blessing every part. I mean, every part of the house,
Ooh,
I
outside.
mean, that
there's
was
something.
romantic to me. And
That
they
was
did
very.
reminisce. They reminisce with me when I had got married. We moved in our first apartment and we was just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
could relate
Okay.
to that. I could relate to that. I really could.
So that was such a beautiful experience, and but even through one of those episodes, you see her asking, like, 'cause she's confused of what he's doing. Like, what are you doing when you pull up and like he just roll over, holding himself? And she like, does it hurt?
Does it hurt? Yes.
Because she's asking because she was
Mhm.
confused. Like, what are you doing? Like, and
Mhm.
so she had to go to the nurse. I mean, not the nurse, one to bless you. She
Thank
went
you.
to one of the maids or whatever, asking that. Like,
Mm.
how does one have a baby? You know what I'm saying? Where she felt like she was betrayed. So, you not trying to have a baby. It's not that you can't, you just don't want to. Okay.
Mm.
And I thought they were going to get tuberculosis being outside in the rain naked, not tuberculosis, Linda B. Baby, let me tell, oh child. That is the
I
I'm
do
telling
want
you.
to add one thing though, about that house tour. You
Mhm.
notice now they took the tour, but then you notice later that Daphne was walking through again, and the door to the nursery was open, and she had that look of despair on her face, like we're not
Yes.
going to have children, so she just closed the door, right?
Mm.
Yes.
But did you
Mm.
notice that was the same crack in the door when his mother was in there giving birth to him, and the husband, they had closed the door and wouldn't let Lady Danbury in, and when
Was
the
that the same?
husband came in and found out that says what's wrong with him, and he walked out when he took the baby and walked out.
Mm.
Mm.
Slammed the door. That crack is still in the door. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't pick up on that
Mhm.
part. Mm.
The same crack is still in the door.
But
Wow.
I found it. What about the part where they were at? Damn, I don't want to feel like I'm going ahead. So go ahead, because I got all these episodes in my head.
So do you want to go back to Marina and Colin because he announced that he was getting married and then to Marina and the family was all upset and Anthony was like, "You haven't even sold your wife. I wish I had took you out to the bars where they be going to do all they twist their, sowing they wild oats."
Uh-huh.
They tried to really convince him, and even the mother was like, "What are you sure you want to do this? Why is there such a rush to do it in 3 days? You know, because I think they tried to get
Right.
within 3 days too. And then,
Yes.
or then they was he said he had a plan that he could take her. They could go and get married in Scotland. I think it was sneak off to Scotland and get married at first. You remember that part too?
Yes. Yeah,
Mm.
saying sneak off and do all that. Now, okay, let me put a pin real quick. I have a
Oh,
question. So, do you remember Benedict went to the artist's house, right?
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
that's when he first saw the artist. This is in episode 5. And he saw the artist having sex with another man. Remember that? And
Yeah,
he
that was
stood
good
at the
stuff.
door like, "Oh, the hell?" And you could see the curiosity in his face too, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. The lady he was sleeping with, is that why she looks like the seamstress, but that's not the seamstress? That was that artist's wife? Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So that's why his face in scene, I mean, in episode 6 was like that when he saw them and he introduced her and said, "Hi," and
yeah,
such. And that's why his face was like, "Oh,
Oh,
wife."
that's your wife? Like I saw her the other night at the doing
Right,
the
and we was
boom boom
doing
thing.
the do,
Yeah.
and somehow I thought that was the seamstress. They
Now
looked
I
a
that's
did.
the
little
thing.
alike.
That wasn't when now I did notice that in that place the seamstress was there because she said, "What are you doing here? What is it
Uh-huh.
Right.
you
Okay.
doing here?"
Okay. So okay,
That
got
was
it.
her.
Okay, that
Mm-hmm.
was her in there. But
You
then
was
I
there
could, and
too.
I skipped the part where when they were doing whatever they were doing, doing the do.
Yeah, but that was
I thought
another
that
girl
was
too.
that was the
But
I
I
thought
think
that
the
was the
artist,
seamstress.
the artist and his wife are swingers. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
it
That
looks
They
that way.
they wife swap and all that kind of stuff.
honey, they
But the
everything swapping in there.
Oh
They
yes, that party
everything
was
swapping.
jumping. Okay, that jumping. A lot of things was jumping in that party, honey. Baby, they was painting all right, child. I said Jesus. So okay, so that's why I wanted to go back because I didn't want to miss. You
Mr.
missed that
Benny.
part, Linda B. That's when he went to the artist's house.
He was
Remember?
going looking for a room to do the boom boom with the girl, and when he opened the door, the man was in there with the other man.
Yeah, that was it. So you that part, Linda B.
How
That's
was
when
they
he went to the
doing that?
artist's
What was they
house.
doing? In my book. How was they doing? Do that
The
motion
boo,
again.
what she said they was doing the what? The book. They was row. Look, they was rowing the boat.
Oh, Lord.
They was rowing the boat, honey. Okay, rowing the boat. Whatever floats your boat. They was rowing the boat. Okay. Uh
Baby,
Okay,
honey, they
back
was
to
having
episode 6. So Colin. So Colin tells them they all like, why are you marrying her? Okay, go ahead. Finish up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just had to pull the pin because I was like, damn, is that the seamstress or the wife? I don't know.
now with
So
that
now,
seamstress too, honey. Okay, no, you can remind me to tell you what I think about the seamstress. Y'all go ahead.
okay. Okay. TC. Yes, rowing the boats. They was rowing the boats. Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, so and so that whole scenery, with the whole them getting mad, and which I was like, damn, why they so angry? I was trying to figure out why they was so angry at him, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it because they're like, you don't even know this girl.
Unexperienced, haven't really had a chance to court her for no extended period of time. Don't
But
really
you know
know her
that they
history.
wanted to make the announcement too. They wanted to be a scene. They wanted to make a nice scene. The royal. It's this is the season.
Yeah,
But
So
he
they
never
couldn't wait.
introduced her. They skipped the whole courting, and remember the family haven't even met her yet. So that was another missing piece.
They've
You
met
have
her. They've
no,
met
That was
her,
no.
but not as a suitor. They've
right.
seen
Right,
He,
each
no,
other.
I'm talking about they haven't met her. Like you see how Simon had the dinner.
Right,
I mean, so the mother got a glimpse in the eye on
right, but no
Simon.
formal, yeah,
So
no
it was
formal
no
introduction.
like courting, like, are you
Mhm.
courting my son? Or I mean, are you courting her? You
Right.
know, it was never that. She was just seen as just being at the party,
Hmm.
or in just being there, like what, but not how they usually normally do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was like, okay, what is going on? So yeah, that was crazy with the marriage. But and what did you think about um okay, what else? Damn, I'm going blank, y'all. Y'all got
yeah.
screens. What else about the that I mean
College.
Marina?
So Marina and College, of course invite her over to the house for dinner. That's when they have a dinner episode, and Penelope feels like that's her last chance to tell
Yes.
Collins that this is might not be something she was going to tell him that she's pregnant. I guess she was going to tell him, but they got interrupted, because Marina came out there and said like, "Oh, that's Mr. Part is the party out here in the hallway," and that's when the conversation.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to? I think your mother is calling you, Penelope.
Yes, like get out of here messing up my thing, cuz she was about to tell, but he didn't believe her anyway.
Yeah,
I think he did believe her. He just did not care about it. And that's what it was because he didn't doubt what she was saying. He didn't say, I don't believe you or you're a liar or you're just none of that. I think that he did believe it. And that's why he said, I can't be upset with her for having
a
an
relationship
attraction for someone
between.
before me. Yeah.
Yeah,
He said,
Oh, okay, yeah, he did say that. You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
So he was just ready to go ahead and do that. And she's like, you know, that I felt so many different things at that point. But now we
mm,
have to keep in mind that Penelope still is quite young. She is a child,
Mhm.
a teenager, but she is a child. Now she's
Mhm.
got these adult feelings and emotions going on that are very real, very valid, but she does not know how to.
verbalize it.
Right, she doesn't know how to maneuver those, how to navigate those waters. She doesn't know what to
Mm-hmm.
do. So this is the point of where, well, I'm gonna tell him this, or I'm gonna go tell her, well, what can I do now? So at this point, this is what gets to me. As soon as she sees that the girl is gone, how is it that the very next thing, because she sees the backpack and the girl told her, I mean, Marina told her,
Mm-hmm.
look, okay, I see now. Now I see. Now it makes sense. You're in love with him. Now
You're enough
Penelope
with them.
did it, but she said, yes, you are. I know. I know more than what you think I do. She said, and because of this, she says, you don't know much about the world, but I do. She said, and I understand, but you have to look at my point of view, see my predicament, and I can't let a young girl feelings get in the way of my
Mm-hmm.
well-being, my child.
Yep.
Right. She did.
Yeah, she did tell her.
Mhm.
She did tell her. And
I'm more
remember
experienced with this situation going on. You have no clue. So yeah.
exactly. And
Right.
and I want to make a point with Featherton.
Hmm.
She did listen to Penelope when Penelope said he's young, she's
Yes.
older. The mother did listen. That's why she kept going on with trying to force
Hmm.
her. Thanks for reminding me, Linda B, trying to marry that older man. Cause she was like, he is young.
Hey,
Like, I mean, like, you know,
hmm.
he is young, and so I like that part where she got what because instead of she kind of escaped the whole part where you know get married, get married, get married, and
Yeah.
she kind of like, okay, yeah, you got a point there. He is young, And why would we? I think she had a heart right there. Like,
Yeah.
dang, yeah, we about to try to put this baby on this little boy, and so she had a little heart. Whoever it is, I hope she busts him up and takes all his money. Right, old shit, old fart.
Yeah, with them old raggedy teeth in his mouth. Look, and
Yeah,
when he
raggedy.
talking about, I think he said he had to get them from the soldiers or something. Did he say?
Yeah, he wasn't collecting dead teeth off a dead damn soldier. You know
Okay, yes,
that?
he did. And I think this is a one, this makes a real highlight of why I probably couldn't. This is why I love Shonda Rhimes because she wrote the hell out of this. You hear me? She did her damn thing from these books. But this,
He
she made
is
me
brilliant.
interested because, see, I didn't want to watch movies like that because that's the part that creeped me out so much. The older men on these young women and the
Mm,
forced marriages, and it kind of like a distaste for me to
mm,
watch, when they had these type of movies and stuff like that. I just couldn't really get into it because of that reason, because I'm just like, this some sick shit, cousins. And but and I was
very
missing the
tastefully. She did it tastefully. It wasn't.
oh,
I mean,
very
it was.
tastefully.
You could tell it was apt. It wasn't normal, but she did it tastefully
Tastefully.
so that
The
you could
try.
do it
Yeah, she
right.
tried to she tried to put a little lace on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And make it beautiful and dainty like. And I love that you show the factors. I love the fact that the Bridgertons, they kind of X that part out of the Bridgertons episode. Like, you don't see them marrying these old men. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
Mhm.
they're produced, they're introduced, but immediately just get dismissed. And so I
Right.
kind of like that part that she,
They were
you know, do it
Mhm.
more appropriately, and we wouldn't lose the taste, distaste of
So
Yeah,
it
then,
they're not
all.
off
So
to push off and marry their children off just to be in with the royals as close as they can get. You know.
exactly.
Yeah.
So now
then,
let's get to the part. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kimberly.
so then college. So the very next day, Lady Whistledown puts out an ad, a thing, and she blows the cover since she blows the cover of Miriam being with child, which also
Yes.
sends out an alarm to Eloise, like, who is Lady Whistledown to have
But
this
what
information?
gets
And
me
it has
is
to be
how
somebody
soon.
in that household, the Feathertons household, because or so a servant or somebody like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is
Okay,
this?
so
How how is that
Wait.
information coming out? Go ahead, just read my book. Take it,
yeah,
girl.
so I that's what I was kind of coming up to when I
Mm-hmm.
was saying, with that, wasn't it surprising how quickly that came out? The very set. Come
Yes.
on now, it's like
Mm-hmm.
the only person that knew was Penelope.
Mm.
Mm.
So now I can't say that she's Lady Whistledown, because she
Well,
doesn't
she
have a
wasn't the only
printing,
person that knew. Everybody in the Featherton house knew she was
Yeah.
pregnant.
Everybody knew in
but
the
not to.
house.
Yeah, but everybody knew that, but nobody knew that they were going to steal
Alone.
off and get married except Penelope because she caught her with her bag.
Well,
She
Right.
didn't know they were going
well,
to elope.
they knew. I think the most important part was that she was pregnant.
Yeah, we know
That's
that,
so.
but everybody knew that. However, it didn't come out until they were supposed to go elope. And the only person who knew that they were eloping was Penelope. Now, this
Was she
takes
standing
me back
outside
to
their
who
door?
I think. What?
Was she standing outside somebody's door when they were talking? I'm trying to remember. Was
No, she
Penelope?
was talking to her.
Oh, okay.
Penelope was talking to um,
Marion.
Marina,
Mm-hmm.
and
Marina.
she looked down and she said, "You have your bags."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. She did.
So
Hmm.
that's what made me think. Now, Penelope doesn't have a printing press. but she does see things and hear things and like things. So I'm gonna give you my new lady whistle down theory.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm thinking now, who is connected to the upper crust and the servants and the lower and the this and the that? The
Mm-hmm.
dressmaker.
Mm.
Yeah,
Everybody
she
is
is.
in and out of that shop.
Everybody's coming here. That's true.
Yes, everybody coming in. She hear that's just
Yeah.
like the barber shop. You
Okay.
hear all the juicy information, all the what the goings and who's sleeping with who and what's
Yes.
going on. And yes,
She's
yes,
also
yes.
at
I
the
get
hole in
you.
the
Everything.
wall too. She's also at the hole in the wall
Oh
too.
yes, she
Exactly.
is. The
So she knows
seamstress also.
everybody. She knows the
Yeah.
street people. She knows the upper echelon people. She knows
Yes.
the people down at the opera house because the girl at the opera house was sleeping with the other guy with the
Yeah, with
Bridgerton boy.
Anthony, the oldest
Yeah.
brother.
So she knows him. She knows
She
she was
knows
down at
that.
the. She know
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, she
Okay, well
has
that's
her
a good
hands
one.
in.
But get this
That's a
too.
good theory. That's a good theory.
And I'm gonna tell you, and let me show you where I'm gonna link it. Remember
Oh,
when
she's
Marina
doing
and
her
Mrs.
two fingers like they do
Featherington,
to us.
huh?
Huh?
I was saying that she doing her two fingers like all the young people doing now. What they be saying when they doing they clicking their fingers
Wait,
together.
what does that mean?
What? What?
I seen a couple of CCs do that. Like
Do
when
what?
somebody telling it like it is, and you see how you got your two fingers, but they just move it up and down like they're
Yeah, doing
snapping
that.
their fingers.
Oh no! I'm like that to make a point. Like
No, I know, but she just was saying you remind me of. But
people
what
do
does that
that.
mean, Kimberly?
Uh-huh. That's what I meant.
I
What
don't know
does
what
that
it means.
mean?
They what they doing they two clicking they think they index finger and their thumb together, kind of like what you were doing. It just made me think that's what the
Really?
new that's what the young people are doing now. And it's like, are you clocking my T? Are you I'm on point or
Okay, right, on point. That's what
Is
I was
that what
figuring.
that means?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
this
Yeah.
is just something I do
I
from
know.
time.
No, but they clap it together. They're not just like pointing like that. They're actually clapping the two
Girl,
fingers
let me stop. I
together.
don't want to be throwing out
But
no
anyway,
signals.
no, go ahead. Anyway, go ahead. Make your point. I'm sorry.
Oh, look, I think I'm doing some shit. Look, I am not down with whatever. Okay, so I'm putting my hands back in. So
No, go ahead, girl. You crazy. Go ahead.
My brother say she ain't throwing up no gang signs.
I ain't doing shit. No. So my connection with those two is this. Remember when Marina and Mrs. Featherington,
Mm-hmm.
Featherington,
Mhm.
yeah. Went in the dress shop. Now you know that they owe money, and the dressmaker said no more gowns until you pay your bill, right?
Yes. Yes,
Right.
we
Okay,
forgot that part. Yep.
right. Well, Marina heard her accent and started speaking to her in French, and she told her in French, my mother was spoke French. My mother was French. I recognize your accent.
Uh-huh.
Unless you want me to tell everybody about your little game here.
Oh, yes, we forgot that part. Yes,
Yes, she
yes, he
said,
sure did.
right. She said, so you're going to give us these dresses. So
What
the
was it?
woman,
What did she say to her in French? Because I don't know French.
Yeah,
she
but they
said,
put the words on the screen though.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I didn't read it.
Yeah,
What
they
did she say?
did, but
yeah, she told her, if you don't want us, if you don't want me to let people know the truth about you, where you're really from, the real deal about
mhm.
you, you're going to let us have these dresses. So
Oh,
Mhm.
she agreed.
I wonder what did
Yeah.
that mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
What
she spoke to her in her language and her French. Yeah, she sure
what
did.
I mean, she was gonna let them know about her, like she had some information on the
But she
seamstress.
picked up on
Yes.
the accent. So she knew that this woman is not Miss Delacroix, an upstanding
Oh,
couturier. No, you're
okay,
Delacroix, right? But you're one of those.
Cause you
okay.
don't want you don't you know back then they frowned on like foreigners and stuff like that. So she was saying, I'll let them know where you really from. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
not from here. You
Mm-hmm.
know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So
It's
then
like,
she's
yeah.
like, oh,
Oh, that's a good
she
point.
so that's why she let her them have the dresses. But they still couldn't get the dresses. Yeah, she did give it to them. You're
Yeah,
right.
but so
Yeah,
she
she
did
did.
give it to us. So here's the thing:
Yeah, you was doing a
the
connection.
dressmaker again. As soon as that happened, you know that dressmaker knows whether or not those fittings are right. Remember the last time she fitted Marina and said, "Oh, I must have taken your measurements down wrong."
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes.
So she knows she's pregnant. So she
Got
went in there and pulled her shit.
got it.
And what happens the next day? Lady Whistle Down comes out.
Oh, okay, I see the connection. I see where you're going.
I
I'm
see where you going with that. Yeah,
tracking you. Just read my book.
All
that
right.
is true.
Yeah. So that's through that. There I am. Okay. Your
All
turn.
right. So now speeding up, that happened. She get blown. Whistle, lady whistle down, blow it. Colin is pissed.
Mm.
Okay, he's like, and he has some words for her.
And I thought that was very telling his words too, because he was like, "You could have just told me the truth,
Yeah,
and I would have still married you." And I was
and you
like,
could tell. But
"Damn."
this is what I meant bringing back to when they were in that room.
Mm-hmm.
I said he loved her enough that anything would have because he's smitten. He knew he ain't had no poo thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He wasn't in no relationship. So his nose was wide. She had his nose wide open, honey. He
Mm.
was ready for anything just to be with her. Excuse me. And that's what I thought. I said, see, if she would have told him, I think he would have married her anyway. Now Anthony and them
She
would have
couldn't run
gave,
that risk. She couldn't run that
but she couldn't run that risk. But Anthony wouldn't. Anthony wouldn't have let that. The Anthony wouldn't let that fly. He would have fought the two, so they would have had to run away. Cause
risk.
ain't no way Anthony could be like, oh hell no, you done really
You
lost
gonna
your damn mind.
even that
We
ain't even your baby? Yeah.
That ain't your baby. You are not about to have our family exiled over this bullshit now. That's going too far. We could cover up a kiss. You know what I'm saying? We could cover up a
No,
Yeah,
you
kiss.
yeah,
you trying to kill somebody over your kids. What
You
you think
see what I'm
you're
saying?
doing?
Right. I was about to kill my best friend
Or
over
get
a
killed.
kiss
Yes.
or get
Mhm.
killed, and here you go. You know what I'm saying? Now we glimpsing, looking over. Oh my God, Will, the couple, Anthony, not Anthony, Simon's close friend, the
Best
black
friend.
couple, Will
Mm-hmm.
and I can't remember her name. What's her name? I
Um,
love the even though they don't highlight them as much, the
mm-hmm.
couple. I do love their relationship, like, and especially you can see that he seemed like he's always there for Simon, which is really
That's
really
true.
great, because
It did.
remember when he was drunk, he found him out drunk in town in season I mean
Mhm.
episode 5, he all drunk,
Girl,
he's
was
like,
he
did they
sleeping
pick
in the
you up?
crib? Was that the crib, the baby's crib he was sleeping in?
Who?
Yeah. Yep.
Simon.
So
Oh
woke up
yeah.
drunk.
Yes, girl. And that's what I'm talking about. Now, you see, this is what I said. That's why I wanted to dawn on that. Yes, that was the crib. And I said, look at that friendship. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because ain't nobody putting no goddamn grown ass rusty man in my damn child's bed. Like, you
Picked
know
you
what
up
I'm
on
saying?
the sidewalk.
Or the sidewalk, and I already was loving seeing glimpse of them to friendship. And you see the wife is so adorned, and he's always he's there, and I like that. So
and,
it
and
says a
the
lot of things.
and the thing about them, that couple there too, is that you could tell they don't have means. They're not means like
No,
the Puritans or the Bridgertons. They're not of society.
he
Out,
getting it from the mud,
right. Out
Yeah.
the
getting it
mud.
from
And
the mud.
she makes her husband stand up for himself. Like he does, but he seems to be like not willing to go to she's that force behind him that
Yes,
says
she is. Yes,
do
she
this.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and he listens.
Ask for
He
anything. Like,
listens.
look, yes, he does. Yes, he
He
does.
listens, and it's almost as if it's a magical moment. See, they balance each other.
Yeah, and
You know
Simon
what I'm
likes what
saying?
he sees. See, when he
He
saw her
does.
teaching him and the respect, and then saw the baby
Yes.
come and all of that.
Yes. Yes.
But seeing his big ass in that crib, girl, I said, is he in the crib?
He was asleep in the crib, and she and that's another thing. It's so comfortable. She put that plate of fish on there. She talking about to sop up all that. This is a big
Oh,
day.
yeah,
So that was a beautiful thing. I was just like, okay, I love that. And this whole scene, I mean, episode 5 and 6 shows, I also highlight they did mention, but the friendships, it
Mm.
really showed you the friendships and how, I mean, like Eloise and
Penelope.
Penelope.
Penelope, Simon and his wife, his newlywed wife, Daphne, Will and his wife, so it shows you a
Mhm.
little, it's real interesting of how that went. And I think we're kind of at the end, except for, we didn't talk about the part where Simon, did we talk about that?
Well,
Where
the
Simon got busted.
yeah. Do you see how she literally and
She,
figuratively flipped the script on Simon?
yeah,
She
she
flipped
got
the
on top.
script.
She was on top before it was over with, wasn't
She
she?
got on top and clamped them goddamn legs, baby,
She,
and held that shit down on the. You know how you go click and
You would not
clang.
be stealing in the town tonight.
Yeah,
and
because she
right.
went and asked that maid. She was like, "How do one have a baby?"
Yeah, she
And
said,
she
and
was like,
tell me the
explain. And
truth.
she was like, "Oh, I got you, motherfucker."
Yep. Do
And
you
Q was
notice
coming.
that she
Huh?
made his ass stutter?
Oh yeah, she sure
Did he
did.
stutter?
He
Yes, he
stuttered.
did stutter.
Oh, this is
He
hard. I bet that
stuttered.
was
He
probably hard for
made
him
it.
all the way around.
It was, and that's another reason why he was he was upset too, because now
Yep.
he done stuttered and she took him way off level, baby. She
Didn't
locked
she?
him down on that bed and pinned that motherfucking ass down, baby, and rolled that shit straight on home. Okay.
Well, damn, not straight on home, girl.
She reeled that thing straight on home. That motherfucker was broken. He said,
He was
whoa. She like, you lied to me. That motherfucker was broken,
and he
baby.
like
And his ass was confused. Listen, he was confused with how
he
good it
was
felt.
confused.
He
He's
was
like,
confused
what
of how
did you
good that
do?
shit felt. And then how fucked up. Oh shit, a baby. Oh hell no. What? She took my virginity.
Yeah. He said, what did you do?
What did you do?
What
Shit.
did you do?
And did you see her face? She wasn't playing, boy.
No.
She was not playing. She said, "You lied to me. You
Mm,
had me thinking that you couldn't have children." He like,
mm,
no, and he knew he couldn't deny it
Mm-hmm.
mm,
really to the fullest, because see, that's where you see the part where a little bit of him was deceiving her because he
mm.
knew she didn't know better. At
Right.
that point, he could not say, "I never lied to you,"
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because you did. You knew that child didn't know what the hell was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you knew that's where the part where I said you lied, because he could not say he didn't lie. He, once she didn't go into, he kind of picked up once she didn't go into, like, what happened to you? Why couldn't
Mm-hmm.
you have children? He
Mm-hmm.
knew she didn't understand what he was saying, and he didn't bother to
He
fix it.
kept trying to kind of
And
gather
he was
more.
hiding, and he was hiding it every time he spilled. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
she didn't know what he was doing. She didn't
Mm.
know he was, releasing something that, and she didn't even
Right.
really realize
Look,
any of that. She
when they
thinking that's
were
what a man's
laughing, I
supposed to
noticed
do.
he grabbed that whatever that handkerchief off the desk, and
Uh-huh.
I said, "Oh," and I
Right. See, that's why I told you he knew he was deceiving her because
Mm.
he just was playing it off like because she ain't asking no questions like what do
This
you
is
do? What
normal.
is that?
yeah.
You
Like it
know
was
what I'm
normal.
saying? So I love the way
You
she
tickled me
stand
when
up
you
for.
said she said, "Does it hurt?"
Yeah, that's why I told you
It had to be.
that's when I knew, he knew she didn't know. That's what
Mm.
I'm saying. She asking you, does it hurt? And you see the expression on his face, like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And that
you know,
right there, he knew she
that,
didn't
that,
know what he
that
was
was his
doing.
opportunity to confess too. I mean, there's so many times
Exactly.
that they could have had the conversations that needed to be had because he could have told her then that this is why I'm doing this is because
I don't
my
want to have children.
right, but
Exactly. I
he
told you
still
I didn't
chose.
want to have children.
Hmm.
So that was a stormer. Okay.
And then
That
that's when they
right
got the
there.
call. Yeah, and that's when they got the call to from a letter in the mail or however they get their mail from London saying that her brother was in trouble and they had to. She didn't even want him to go with her. She was like, "You don't need to escort me. Pack the carriage up." And then he said, "Well,
Yes.
I'm going with you." She said, "Well, get the biggest carriage they got because I don't want to sit."
So even that,
Move my
them,
clothes to the other room.
yes, even that, their first big explosive of
Argument.
the marriage argument, and that was
Mhm.
a big one. Okay, that was
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
That
that's
was
a
the test. That's the test of love for sure.
but that's
You
just like
know.
you find out after you'd have married somebody. This is just an example. After you'd have married somebody, then you find out, oh, I have HIV, but you don't tell.
Woo!
I'm
Oh
just saying,
no, girl, no, no, no.
No,
it's,
that's different now.
but
Shit,
it's
that's a
different. But
whole big.
it's still deception. Is what my point
Yes,
is.
yes,
It's
deception. That's a
another version
big
of deception.
deception. Yes, that's a big
Mhm.
deception because listen, didn't I prove myself to you, Ninja? Didn't I tell you that I'll take you with or without children? Didn't I? You get what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
should have been enough for you to say, you know what? Let me open up. Because
Hmm.
because that's a heartbreaker. But yeah, she said get the biggest carriage ever. Cause I ain't got time. And
Mhm.
then watching them so cold towards each other, right?
Hmm.
And in anger, she still loved him so,
Hmm.
and but him now he's more upset because he's upset that she did what she did. But I think part of me believe he was even more upset that you got caught in the lie is
Mm.
is what it is, and that you hurt her. So I
Yeah.
think he was more upset with himself too that he hurt her.
Yeah. And
Like I
then they was looking for her period to come, or they, yeah, look,
yes, looking
yeah,
for the period. She
the
was
period.
waiting and he
Hmm.
thought she was pregnant. She thought she was pregnant. And then because even then when they were in town, they didn't sleep in the same room or any of that. So it was just a scene to be had. That was like getting a better understanding and all of that other stuff. And then that's the part where you saw I don't think I ain't gonna talk too further because I don't think you saw that part.
Mm.
What is it? Which episode? 5 or 6?
The
Six.
six.
Now six is it wait, because I'm getting it mixed up. Is Colin leaving yet?
He was
No.
going to leave, and they caught him on his way down the step on his way with the bag and with the paper from Lady Whistledown stating that the girl was pregnant.
Okay, yeah, that's
He
right.
was on his
Okay.
way to go elope.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, so those was these it was a good this was I think by far we were over at we were over at Brenda's the other day and we were discussing a little bit about Bridgerton. And Tony Montana, she was like, "This is my favorite show." She was like, she was like, "I'm loving it." The review, and Brenda still haven't gotten a chance to cut up because she watching Black and, what's that, Black
Beauty
something?
and Black. Yeah,
Yeah, Beauty
Beauty,
and Black.
Beauty and Black.
And so she was like, "I'm torn." And I'm like, "You got to get into this." So she said, "That's why I just come in and leave because I'm not caught up." And I don't want the any spoilers, but we were talking about by far this season one is to me is my best season of Bridgerton. But these two episodes of, you know what I'm saying, of the whole love story, Simon and Daphne is my best love story so far
Yes.
Mm.
throughout the Bridgertons, and I love it. I'm just loving it, and it's like I like that background. Did you just do that? No, this is this is one of Restream's backgrounds. But I think by far this is the best. Did we miss anything? Linda, did we miss anything? Did we miss anything, ladies, for season 5 and 6? I think we pretty
No,
much,
I don't think so.
yeah, I think we kind of hit all the pointers for season. Let me see. David's curiosity, yeah, and then the betrayal, because that was the biggest part of it all. The trauma. It's kind of like, his trauma, which controls his choices, which is sad.
Mm,
I've
You
got
know,
one
mm.
something that I want to bring up. You remember when Daphne was supposed to judge which pig was the best, and
oh
they said
yes,
pig would go to slaughter, so she didn't want them slaughtered, so she said no pigs, and she didn't realize what that meant.
we did forget
Someone,
the part.
yeah,
Yes,
someone should have told her that because, but I like that she asked the woman, the pregnant woman. That was the same woman that the little girl ran up to.
yes,
Her and Simon
yes,
were walking through, and she picked her up, and he was admiring how she was with this little girl.
yes. He
Yeah,
was. And
and
I don't know if he was admiring or trying to pick up to see what her sense was. Like, is she missing that she don't have any children? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Is she regretting? I think
was
more
she?
so was
Yeah,
she regretting? I think that's what he was more looking for, like to see if this is going to be a game
an
changer.
issue. Yeah, but I think he was. To me, it looked like he was admiring her because he did tell her that she was a natural, but said that she would make a great aunt.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, but I
It's
Yeah.
not funny, but he still was like, we ain't having no goddamn children. Yeah, he was.
didn't mean for it to sound shady though, but damn, it was,
That
huh?
was shade. That was shade. He shaved the shit out of her, talking about aunt. Don't get it that shit twisted. And don't let this baby get in your head. That's what he did. I'm being honest. That's why I said when he was admiring her, that's where he was more in his head trying to pick to see. Listen, don't pick up no feelings. Leave this baby right where it's at. Cause
Oh
that's
my
the
god,
all closest you
that was
gonna
best.
get. Yeah, he did. He was really raw with that. But yeah, Kimberly touched the part on the period because they were checking, and then um yeah, she was checking, and then she got her period. She was torn though when she got her period. She was a little torn, Linda B. But yeah, talk about that part. That's about it, about the pigs. And then how, so yeah, the playing, remember now he's in his role and he's being the duke that he's supposed to be,
Yeah.
looking out for his
Mhm.
county.
Right.
Time got busy. He got tied up. So, the sexapade is over. Okay, the honeymoon is over. I gotta
But
get to
I
Mm.
don't
work.
think so. I think he's actually taking on his duties as the Duke.
No, that's what I meant.
And yeah, however, he's he's doing it not so much as to follow out like what the title of it was, but he's looking at how the farmer came up to them and said how bad things were. And so he's looking at it, he's saying these are my people and I'm responsible for them. So he's trying to fix the books and see
Yes.
what's going on. So his head is buried in that, but the honeymoon is far from over.
No, but I meant like far as they weren't all into each other anymore, meaning he had work to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had
And
more
he
things
was
to do.
tied up because she was, hey Indigo, hey girl, hey.
She was a smart girl too. That she noticed quickly that I need to get Miss Colson over here with me because she's gonna be a problem.
And
So she was smart. She went to her, she said, I appreciate you ever so much for telling
yes.
me how. I'm like, all right, girl, you smart. You smart.
Well, because she's the head maid. She runs things in the house. So she has to work with her. You know what I'm saying? Because that she's run, everything. She's where, like
You
the
call her the head maid. She is not a maid.
what
She
is she? I
runs the
forgot what you call them, the
the-
whatever you call them. But she's the head of
yeah,
the go-to,
yeah, she
making
is.
sure things run, and
Right.
she's the one who's been running the house, the state while he's
Yeah.
gone, and making sure things is going on, you know what I mean? So
Right.
he
She's
and of
the one
course you can see, even though it's
she run the show.
she runs the show, so you got to
Yeah.
get on her, you got to get on a good foot,
Yeah.
because you don't want any conflict. That would be a no-no. And
Right.
you don't want to rub off too. Come on, somebody
Right.
who
Because
knows the house
you're
and
the wife, but you still need to you want as many people
help,
on your side as possible.
period.
You don't want to
Exactly.
alienate anyone. So even though you haven't done anything to offend or be wrong towards her, you see that she's going to be a problem. So you say, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead right now and fix what I got to do with this lady. So she was smart in that manner. Well, a
and
lot
and
of
she
women,
learned and she learned from her mother. You know what
yes.
I'm
Now you
saying? So she
understand.
knew what she needed to do. Now that's one thing her mama, she learned from her mama,
Yes.
besides learning about the birds and the bees. She learned how she
She
needed
ain't
to
learned about
run
no bird, no bees. She only
nothing.
learned about the two hound dogs with the puppies, girl. She
Okay.
ain't told her shit.
So she knew
But
that
she
what
did
her
tell her,
duty was to make sure that that household would be running smoothly. You need to get in order. You need to get
yeah,
lined up, and you need to handle business, make sure the
right,
rooms, you need to know what's going on, and so that the Duke can do his job, which that's what he got. And you're right, Linda B. He was coming into his identity as a Duke.
right.
So
He's
now he been away so long, even though the season, the episodes is going quickly.
yeah, it's
Remember
causing him to blow up. Yeah,
their time
he's
in
blowing up.
London was actually longer than what it seemed that we're watching. So he's
Right.
been away for some
Well, he's been
time.
away for it seems like all the time because remember they said he always goes off somewhere obscure and they never hear from him except for an occasional letter. So up until this time, he's just been a rapscallion going around wherever he wants to go. And now, like she said, he is stepping into his identity. Thank you, Indigo. Miss Pulchritudinous. But yeah, she that's letting him, yeah, he like Linda B said, he's stepping into his identity as the Duke, and there's things that he just does have to follow. And I see him being brilliant at it, but he's growing up because up until now, they say he was just wherever. He was just allá afuera, just
Yeah,
whatever.
going having and having living his life. He's hurt, so he's not thinking about no responsibilities. He actually don't want anything to do with any of the Duke responsibilities because of his dad.
Yeah,
So
but now
he really don't want any. He really didn't even want anything to do with the estate. Nothing he had. But now that he's taken on a wife, he's like, okay, I got to take care of her now,
Yes.
because he told the brother, like, no, keep
Her
hers,
dowry.
her dowry, keep everything. She's my responsibility now.
And I
I'm going to
felt
take
like
care of her.
he didn't just say keep it, he said put it in trust for her to do with as she pleases.
Yeah, he did say
Well, that
that. Mm.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. Now that was now that's what I'm talking about. He said, "No, she's my responsibility.
Mhm.
I'm going to take care of her,
I'm gonna take
and
care of her. But that money right there,
that's hers.
put that on her tail. That's hers.
That's hers. She could do whatever she want to." So that's the closure of episodes 5 and 6, y'all. It was juicy. If you
It
haven't
was
watched
very good.
yet, please watch it, because it gets juicy, and it is just so I'm waiting and can't wait to see more of what happens with Daphne and Simon. They're back in London now. They're
Hmm.
not speaking. They upset with one another. The deepest betrayal happened, where she find out that he was spilling his semen elsewhere instead of between her kush kush. And
Honey, we need to start naming these episodes ourselves. We got the spill. We got the
okay.
we got the whatever could it be?
Chalice is amazing, but when you
Yeah,
want to see a love story, this is
we
in
got
fact
burn.
indeed a perfect love story. And so this was a great review. I enjoyed myself.
Me
Do you got
too.
any closings? Whoever want to go first?
Nah,
No, I don't.
I can't think of anything else. Anything to hit y'all? Like any side notes or something?
No side notes for me. I just think it's a very complex series. It shows a lot of diversity, a lot of
Yes.
different angles and love stories, and a lot of mythology. So, excellent. Chandra Rhimes, she
And,
did her thing, and I look
Shonda
forward to
Rhimes
seeing
did.
yes, she
with
did. And
y'all.
can we? Yeah.
Yes, and you do listen. I want y'all to know that season 5 is coming out. I think they're closing up season 5, and it seems that it is going definitely be a season 6. So I'm excited
Me
about that,
too.
baby. So I'm just like Shonda Rhimes. The one thing I love about her is that most of her shows, she gives you a long flow. She gives you a long lasting series. It's
Yes,
not like some of these
full
series that come
characters.
out,
It doesn't
some that
drag.
come out and then it stopped. Season 1 is over. You know what I mean? And they just cancel it. Her seasons are more she's good. She's good. And if
And
they
I
did
noticed too that they don't lag. They are fast.
exactly.
And I liked it from the very first episode. They kept it moving.
Yes, kept
Kept it
it
moving.
moving. I love not lingering on one section too
Yes.
long, except for the sections that you need to pay attention to. Like the true love stories, like the couples that's finally, coming as one. And and so I love that they're zooming in on what you're supposed to be focused on. So it is really, really good. What you said,
Mm,
oh, Panoply, um, yeah,
Girl,
Daphne,
child.
call her Panoply. Girl.
I said Panoply.
Penelope.
They are still messing
Penelope. This name I don't know why I keep getting tongue tied. Finding the letters and showing Marina. Oh,
with.
yes, that's right. Yep, yep. You're right. Finding the letters and showing. I forgot that happened. It sure did.
Yes.
And
Now,
making that tea to she thought she was going. She thought she was going to get rid of the baby
yeah, but
by
here's
drinking that tea.
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
wait a minute. Here's what got me. I want to know what Penelope was looking for when she came across that letter. She was looking for something else. she was searching in that room. But when she happened to look around and saw that piece of note hanging out the back of that drawer, she went and pulled it, and then she realized about the signatures. But
What did
No, that's not
first,
true. Because when she found the signature, she was looking for something, but I think she had already found the letter in the maid in her mom's in her the maid's trash or something. Because she said in that when she was talking
yeah,
to
and she
Maria.
went to her and told her like it doesn't match. Remember, she was trying to
yeah,
convince
but I'm
her.
saying,
She was trying to
yeah,
convince her not to go further with Colin because
right.
she's like, "Look, it's a lie. It's a lie,"
What was she
and all
looking
this.
for? Was she so? Because I
I
didn't
think
think
she
that
had
she
already
was.
found the letter. I think she'd already found the letter. It didn't show it. They didn't
Well,
show
she
it, but
had
I think
been
she
seeing the
already found
letters,
the
but
letter.
she
She
had
in
been
her
seeing the letters because Marina would let her read the letters too. Oh,
right,
so she already recognized. She's like, the signature doesn't look the same.
right.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, because
okay,
remember they were
She's a
reading the
writer. She
letters.
Yeah, and
right,
She
Penelope
was
is
they
a
were
writer.
reading the letters. Remember when they were getting close? She was
right.
showing her the letters
Yeah,
anyway.
so she
So when
noticed it
she
too.
ran across that letter, she like, wait a minute.
What is it?
This looks different. And why is this in here?
Well, that's
Like
what I'm saying. But up until then, what was she looking for when she happened to come across that letter? She
I
I
was
think she was
looking
forgot.
looking
for
for
something
the
in her
letters.
mother's room.
She
I
was
think
looking
she
for the
was looking for the letter. She
letters.
was looking for the letter.
I
That's
think
what
she
she
was looking
went to
for the
go
letters.
looking for it. Because she's trying to get anything to, you know, she
She just
wanted
doesn't
her to
want the
know.
girl to
She
marry
wanted her
God.
to know that it was a lie because
Yeah,
Marina was broken now.
right.
She's broken. The weddings is off, and so she's all
Yeah,
upset. She tried to, and then that's when she tried to kill the baby and all that. You
Right.
know what I
But
mean? That's when she drunk that
I
tea.
think, yeah, I think Penelope had found the
what
forged
did
letter.
you think? Wait a
I
minute.
think
Wait a
I think
minute.
she had found. Hold on. I think she had found the forged letters that they had been making samples trying to make copies of that
Yeah,
signature.
that's
I
what
think
she
Penelope
found.
I think Penelope has found those letters that had been making that forged copy. And so she went to the room, Marina's room, looking for the original letters so she could compare. And once she
Yeah,
found the
but what I'm
letters,
yeah,
or what?
okay. Well, yeah, but
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying is before she was in Marina's room, she was in her mother's room.
right.
And that is where, so that's what I'm saying. So she was in there searching for something, but she just happened to catch a glimpse of a paper that was hanging from behind the desk. So I'm trying to figure out
Mhm.
what was she in there looking for before she noticed that. Because after she got it, then she went to Marina's room and compared signatures and waited.
No,
And when
that was
Marina got in, she told her, look at these signatures, they're not the same.
right. She had got that desk that where the envelopes were behind. That was Marina's room. That was
Hmm.
actually Marina's room.
The second room she went in was Marina's
Oh, wait
room.
a minute.
Then she went into two different rooms.
Marina even she wasn't even letters. She only
Marina's no,
got that one
Marina's letters were
letter.
all,
You breaking up, Kimberly?
But she
I can't
Kimberly,
hear
you
you.
going in and out.
is
Okay.
tripping right now. Yeah, it's frozen. It was frozen. Is it better now?
Okay,
Or
I
it
hear you
stopped?
now.
Oh, there you go.
Can you hear
Hmm.
me now? Yeah. It was
Yes.
freezing. Anyway, but
Daphne's off
anyway, I'm
to
gonna have to
find Marina.
so,
Okay, so yeah, I mean that was basically it, and then Daphne speaking to Marina to offer to find the soldier boy, the baby daddy. So
Now,
yeah, we did miss off of that.
and my question is for the chat, which I have not been reading much. I'm sorry, but My question is for the chat. Is there anyone in here who is only up to episode 6?
Yeah, Linda B. She's only at episode 6.
Okay, Linda B. Who do you think Lady Whistledown is?
You said you had to go, Kimberly. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Kimberly, it was good with you tonight. I missed y'all last week. I really did. But I had
Yeah.
Mm.
going on.
Okay, thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I really, really I think she said me,
She
meaning
said
that
she,
she's
you
no, she's
united with
saying wait, she's saying it's me to hold on, wait, let me say goodbye to Kimberly.
okay.
Kimberly, I have a good night. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you and just read my book.
Absolutely.
And I look forward to episodes, the last 2 episodes of the season. Okay,
Yeah.
7 and 8
Yeah.
next
Really?
Mhm.
Friday. So yeah, this is season 1 is over after
Oh wow.
next 7 and 8, and then we're on to season 2. Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you so much, so much. Have a good night, Kimberly.
You too. Y'all have a great evening as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me do it for
Good night.
Kimberly again.
But now she says she think it's the seamstress, Linda B. She was saying me when you asked who is up to episode only up to episode 6.
Okay.
She said me. She said she thinks it's the seamstress. Yeah, it's on Netflix Indigo. This is the show I was telling you about that we were reviewing. I think we were on a live or something, and I told you we were reviewing Bridgerton. So this is the show that I was telling you about, Indigo. And thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you find interest and join us on the reviews. But
Yeah.
yeah, so you really think it's the seamstress. Okay, okay, got you. Okay, because this is a good love story, and is a good thing looking into, the past and seeing all of their outfits and gowns and suits, and not so much of the men, but the women.
Yeah. But I love the way the men dress
Me
too.
too, me too. But I'm
Yes.
just saying
And
the
the hair. Can we talk about the hair?
yeah, the
Those,
hair.
oh my gosh.
It
And
is a
Queen
soap opera. It is almost like a soap opera, Linda B. It definitely
yeah.
is. But the hair, oh my God, yeah. Girl,
They
my favorite one, you weren't here last week. Girl, the queen had that mean afro. I
yes.
loved
Yes.
it. I was like, snap, 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 girl.
Yes. Queen Charlotte. I said, look at that hair. She
Yes, Queen
yeah.
Charlotte did that. That here was, I was loving that afro. I was so glad
Yes.
they brought that afro out because I was a little sick. I was like, look, all this I
But you
want to
know,
be twist, but I know back in the day those wigs was,
yeah, the powdered wigs and everything else. But did you notice too? Like we've seen braids, dreadlocks,
yeah,
afros. I am loving it.
yes,
And Marina's hair,
yes,
just as it is. Oh my goodness! And whether it's down or an updo or things like
yes,
that, honey,
love it. It
everything. Yeah.
reminds me of your hair.
Thank you.
It reminds me of your hair. And I just love everything about, the scenery and it's amazing. When I watch things like this, I also do research and look at other little things about the show. Especially I've been listening to like podcasts to take me along.
Mhm.
And especially the ones that give you the mindset of um the setting back then. You got to remember, there was no toothpaste back then. There was no running water back then. So, all of this couldn't be as pleasant and lovely as you think. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They didn't have toilets, and that you got to remember that it was no sewage back then.
No,
Like
you
they
had
were just
chamber
tossing
pots and
tossing their
Yeah.
like ew. So could you imagine the stench in some of these castles and palaces?
And then it was somebody's job to go around and empty your chamber pot.
Ew, girl. And it was just like so
And
I
you had
like
to
when
do
they
all
do the
that stuff.
contemporary music with the
Yeah.
string
Yes.
quartet. Yes, I do
The
too.
music. I
The
could
music is
swear
I love the
there
music.
were two songs I heard, and I said, I know that song. It's a modern day song, but they just put those strings to it. And I said, oh, the music was so beautiful. But then I heard a little boom, boom. I said,
Exactly. Yes. The music is amazing as well.
yes.
And very fitting. It's very fitting
It is.
for the scenery. So, and I'll be trying to look at different things while it's going on. So I've been watching little clips on YouTube, of people opinions and kind of going back in history
Mhm.
back in those days. So you could kind of imagine, they had no toothpaste and like only the royalty was and how I was watching something and where they said back in the day, which I didn't know, a fun factor, I did not know the barber was like the dentist. They took care of their teeth back in the day. What the hell? Because it wasn't a dentist back then. And they use, oh my God, and you had to use, what was it? I forgot what they called it. So learning the history and watching all of this stuff, baby. Yeah, I was just like, oh my God, could you imagine the funk? And there was no ways of actually washing your clothing properly. And
Well, they sent them out. People had to wash outside. That's what you and look at the staff in the kitchen. Do you really need 100 people in that damn kitchen?
well, they had to make because everybody had a
Right.
duty.
Because no
Everybody had a duty,
refrigeration.
right? Yep.
Everything had to be done spick and span from the top, fresh every day.
Right. Is
And
this about four women that look like they? Nah, this is you got to take a peek. We are on episode 6 and I mean we're on 5 and 6 right now. No, it's not about four women. It's about the Bridgertons. It's a royal, family back in the day, and you know, um, and it's about different people. It's about the Bridgerton family from the royalties back then. So it started back in England. No, take place in Georgian England. Yes, in the 1800s. Yes,
yeah, under King
Indigo.
rule. But
Pink foot soldiers. So yeah, it's like back then in Indigo. So it takes place back there. Thank you, Tony. I was just talking about me, you, and Brenda when we were discussing over there on the panel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, honey. So yeah, you have to go back and watch like. So it's not about a particular four women. They're not It's just as royalty. And it's really about the Bridgertons and their how each is like eight. It's 8 of them, 4 boys, 4 girls, and it's about how royalty back then, how they had to married and arranged marriages and how they got with their husbands and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's really good, and it gives the love story of each of the Bridgertons. That's
And
what it does.
when I first heard of this show, and I've been hearing about it for a couple of years, I think.
Yeah, because it's 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been out for 5 years now.
And I always
Hmm.
thought that Bridgerton was a place. I didn't know it was a family name. I thought,
Gotcha.
yeah. So I thought it was a place.
Yeah.
I
So
said, okay.
yeah, this is a great show. I'm really you will get into it once you do start watching Indigo. I promise you will. I mean, if you're into, love stories and, different things. Some people thought just read my book. I had to convince her, and now she is way in. Okay.
Mm,
I had to invent her because she was like, I don't know. I don't
mm,
know. Now she all into it. Okay.
I
But
sure
I
am.
love it. It takes a lot to get into new shows. It's all right. It takes me a lot too. Sometimes I have to give it, like I told them when I first started watching Bridgerton years ago. um I was already, I didn't watch it when it first came out. I think it was it was a year later or something. And it took me several times to keep coming back to it before I was like, okay, let me sit down and just really, really watch, since everybody keep bragging.
Hmm.
And I like gangster stuff too, but I love me a good love story. Yeah, so but this been good. I don't want to keep y'all long. It's already 2 hours. Any closing for you? Just read my book.
No, I am enjoying this. I really am glad that I pulled the trigger on it because I was, you know how I was. I'm
I
thinking,
know.
I'm really glad that I gave it a watch. I like it. I kind of want to just keep watching, like watch all the way through now, but I don't
I
want to do that. I want
know.
it fresh.
But and it's hard for me. I don't rewatch. It is so good and interesting, but
Yeah.
it's a great love story. Like I said, Shonda Rhimes did her damn thing on this. And I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to finishing up the season. I
So,
have to be invested in the characters and the story. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you can't you ain't looking at the chat.
oh,
Linda B said, I have to be invested in the characters in the story and they have to catch me quick. Yes, that is
mhm.
true. Because I'll shut the TV. That's what it was. I think it was that whole scenery. And I told you how I felt about these types of, because of the arranged marriages and
Mhm.
all of that. It was hard for me to get a fix on it
Yeah,
because of
if
that
you just give
reason.
it one episode, give it one episode, and it will catch you. Because for me, usually if I watch an if I watch a series, if you I try and give it to the second or third because sometimes it takes, you got to get the backstory first, but
Oh, Lord.
it moves very quickly. So
Mm.
the first episode is gonna get, if you're gonna be interested, you'll get hooked in the first episode. You really will. So give it
Yes, you
one
will.
episode. Yeah, give it more than 15 minutes. Just give it one full episode, and you'll probably be in.
Yes, yes. I think you should definitely um yeah, you'll get into it. I think give it one episode, even to the second episode. You would definitely get into it. If you ain't getting into it by episode 2, then yeah, I guess it's just not your type of, you know, storyline. You know what I mean?
But
So
I'm
yeah, I'm
really
the same way.
enjoying
That's
it.
crazy with the rats. That's ugh, girl. I don't miss those days. But anyway, thank you so much. Just read my book. I appreciate you. This has been really real. I've been enjoying you and Kimberly Black with our series going on together. It's really, really amazing. I'm looking forward to next Friday going
Okay.
over episodes 7 and 8. And then we'll be done with season 1. Going into season 2,
Oh,
baby. I can't wait. What
well,
you
I
doing?
will get you then. I thank you so much for having me, and thank you for talking me into this show. And I'll
You're
catch.
welcome. I'll see you on these streets. Have a good weekend. Happy Easter. Yeah, so guys, I thank y'all so much for being here with us today. It is amazing. Okay. I have been it's been a blessing, okay, having Just Read My Book and Kimberly Black here with us. And get into the show. There are so many powerful scenes and interaction. It's showing about love, friendship, betrayal, and so much more that really put you in another set of mindset of how courting is today, and marriages and dating and all of that, how so much different things are now. And even though us growing up in a different era, where we wasn't getting arranged marriages, but back in the day, still certain of these things still stand. So this is a great show. I appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you so much again. Just read my book. And um sorry, Kimberly, Linda, B and oh my God, Linda B and Foot Soldier, y'all been trooping it out with us. Okay, trooping it out with us for past this is the third week. So thank y'all so much for being in to being here because this is wonderful and we truly appreciate y'all support and appreciate those in the clouds. Okay, yes, all of y'all in the clouds, we appreciate y'all and we enjoy it. So, with that being said, y'all have a wonderful Easter weekend. Happy Easter. Um, Enjoy your family. You know, Jesus is the reason. And I appreciate y'all all coming. So I have a blessed one. And I'll be seeing y'all on these streets. I got a live set up tomorrow to talk about uh talk about sketching. So if y'all want to sketch with me and just read my book, I'm gonna go over some items that you'll need to get you started on sketching. And then I'm gonna set up a date for us to begin sketching. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. So y'all have a blessed night and I will catch y'all later. Uh, and I'm so mad because I deleted the last one. So just to go out so you can see. And shout out to Kimberly for creating this video for us. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Good night.